Hi guys, today's game is Dirty Split. Leave the link in the description down in the link and information on, yeah, okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes?
My name is Baxter. I'd like to talk to Mrs. Vanderbilt.
Little tongue-tied.
Mrs. Vanderbilt is in the garden. I'll take you to her.
Alright. Puncher? No, I don't think a puncher.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Vanderbilt.
Good afternoon, Mr. Baxter.
Little dog.
Thank you for coming on such short notice.
Of course. I'd like to get straight to the point, if that's all right with you.
Very much so. The sooner this unspeakable matter is resolved, the better.
You said on the phone this was about a murder investigation.
Exactly right. My son is being accused of murder. My son, Walter. What insufferable impudence.
About the murder circumstances, why did he contact my agency?
About the murder circumstances.
Who's the victim?
Who was the victim?
Dr. Bedford. Christopher Bedford. Bedford was my daughter Denise's fiancé. This whole matter is a tragedy for our family. First, the shameful way in which Bedford cancelled the wedding, and now this.
Where and when did the murder happen?
The police said Bedford was found dead in his practice yesterday morning. The murder must have happened the night before.
Who found the doctor?
His receptionist found him in the morning, they told me. A somewhat dim-witted little thing. No sense whatsoever of aesthetics and colors.
Okay. What exactly happened?
What exactly happened?
I didn't ask about the ghastly details, Mr. Baxter. I was only told that Bedford had been slain.
Slain?
Beaten to death. Horrid, really. And the police have the audacity to accuse my Walter of being able to do something like this to another person.
I think I've heard enough about the murder. Please, tell me about Dr. Bedford.
Yeah, what kind of doctor was he?
What kind of doctor was Dr. Bedford?
He was a plastic surgeon with his own practice.
Sounds like he was very successful.
Moderately successful, I'd say. But I have to hand it to the man. He had a talent for plastic surgery, but he wasted his gift entirely and only accepted patients from Los Angeles.
Exclusively from around here?
Exactly. He could have had international success with just a little bit of promotion.
If he didn't engage in any promotion, then how did he get any patients?
That, Mr. Baxter, is a very good question. He saw and selected his patients only in person. How successful he could have been. I've never understood what my Denise found so fascinating about a man who sells himself under value.
You murdered him because you didn't want him to marry your daughter.
Do you know if the doctor had any enemies?
The sad and embarrassing truth is that I hardly know anything about Bedford, Mr. Baxter. I don't know anything about his friends and acquaintances. Unfortunately, I've never had a chance to meet his family either. Bedford had been an orphan since early childhood.
I noticed that you keep referring to the doctor as Bedford. Please excuse my asking so bluntly, but I'm getting the feeling that you don't think very highly of the doctor.
I don't want to talk badly about Bedford, especially now that he's not alive anymore. But I admit you're right.
What did you have against Dr. Bedford?
The man was always a bit fishy, very close-lipped and withdrawn. His constant excuses to stay away from official family business shed a bad light on our name. I honestly don't know what Denise saw in such a man.
Man, you must have killed him. You act like you don't.
Enough
like
about
you.
Dr. Bedford.
Okay.
Why have you contacted my agency?
First of all, I'm highly disappointed by the police effort. If you can call such a measure of incompetence and indifference effort.
So the police are satisfied with their main suspect?
That's right. I'll need to have a word with the chief of police. Fortunately, Brent is an old golf partner of my late husband, God bless him.
Yes.
Furthermore, your agency was recommended to me by a dear friend, Martha Stockman.
You sound like
You sound like you're convinced of your son's innocence.
1,000%. It is incomprehensible to me how anyone could ever accuse my Walter of murder. He is a highly respected member of the community and has never done anything wrong. This is all an outrageous effrontery.
Have he exhibited any strange behavior lately? Has Walter gotten violent before? Do that.
Has Walter gotten violent before?
What are you hinting at when you say before, Mr. Baxter?
That's the
Walter is
question,
not
lady.
a violent
Calm
person,
your
let
panties
alone a
down.
murderer. Just to hear that word in connection with my son, absurd.
How did...
How well did Walter and Dr. Bedford know each other?
They hardly knew each other at all. I always had the impression that Bedford stayed away from the rest of our family on purpose. It was almost as if he wanted to steal our Denise away from us.
But surely he couldn't avoid you all that time he was with your daughter.
Of course not. But I always had the feeling that Bedford avoided the public eye, just as if that man had something to hide.
I'm pretty sure everybody's got a little few skeletons in their
What has
closet.
Walter told you about the incident?
Well, the truth, of course.
do you
He
mean you
said
don't?
he didn't have anything to do with the murder, and he was even more surprised than I that he's being accused. Unfortunately, I didn't have any further opportunity to speak to him. The police refused to let me talk to him. Unbelievable.
You know.
Has Walter exhibited any strange behavior lately?
No, Walter's behavior was downright normal, nothing extraordinary. He even made the best out of the given circumstances.
What circumstances?
Well, a week ago, Bedford dissolved the engagement with my daughter. And this after the both of them had planned the wedding for half a year. The shame of it.
What was his reason for canceling the wedding?
Well, he never gave a reason. As if there could be any reason for such a disgrace. My poor Denise was devastated and heartbroken. And now this.
There's your murderer.
What was Walter's reaction to the wedding cancellation?
Well, he was furious, of course. What an outrage. My Denise abandoned, his sister, the family honor trampled underfoot, and all that in front of the entire family. The disgrace. Walter was forced to raise his voice and reprimand the doctor for his impudence.
Did Walter threaten the doctor?
Mr. Baxter, you must understand. This impertinence, this effrontery in front of the whole family. The ungrateful Bedford reduced us to the laughing stock of the community. He soiled Denise's name as well as the family honor.
I see.
If Walter threatened anybody, then it was only in the heat of the moment. Thoroughly understandable, I think.
What was the content of these threats?
Nothing really menacing, and I don't intend to repeat it either.
Guilty.
How fast
Guilty.
a thoughtless word can slip from a heated mind, and Walter had every
Get out of
right.
here. Let's see. Where was Walter?
Where was Walter at the time of the murder?
I don't know. You should ask him about that in person.
Okay, well,
Well, enough about Walter.
I'll be
I'll
going
be
then.
going then.
Please inform me of your progress, Mr. Baxter. And money is no object here. The only important thing is that you prove Walter's innocence.
Sound like a bribe to me, man. Sculpture.
I have no use for modern
I don't want
art.
you to take it, I want you to touch it.
Looks like a Rorschach ink blot.
Thank you, young lady.
She seems sad and despaired, but there's a beautiful face hiding underneath all the tears.
No, I don't want to do.
Good afternoon, Miss Vanderbilt.
Hello, Mr.
Excuse me. My name is Baxter. I'm a private investigator. Your mother hired me to clear up the circumstances of Dr. Bedford's death.
Chris? Oh my god, Chris.
Don't think that was despair. It sounded more orgasmic to me.
How are you?
I can't believe all this. Chris is dead. Oh god. My dear Chris. And Wally is in custody. This is all a nightmare.
A few questions about Walter.
Mention any reason why your brother would murder Bedford? Do you know where Walter was at the time of the murder? Because your brother became violent before.
Has your brother become violent before?
Mr. Baxter, my Walter is not violent.
Wally does have a bit of a temper. He is very proud, my little brother. Now that Daddy isn't around anymore, he's the head of the family. He is very keen to keep our reputation clean. And he'd always get very angry if someone dragged our name through the dirt. And he's always trying to protect me. But Wally wouldn't murder anyone. No, Wally wouldn't do that. Not my little brother.
We never expect our little brothers to do anything. Never.
Can you imagine any
Poor
reason
sister.
why your brother would murder Dr. Bedford?
Wally didn't
Yeah.
take it too well that Chris announced our separation so surprisingly.
A lot of
And
talking.
in front of the whole family. Everyone was so surprised. I still can't believe it myself. Everything went so fast. Wally became enraged. He cursed Chris and
And threatened him too?
yes, but he didn't kill him. No, surely not. Not
Wally!
Wally.
Yes, just don't know when she was saying Wally.
Do you know where Walter was at the time of the murder?
No, I don't know.
Alright.
Enough about Walter.
Okay, about Dr. Bedford.
About Dr. Bedford.
Did Dr. Bedford have any enemies? Had there been anything unusual about Dr. Bedford's behavior lately? Had Dr. Bedford always stayed at this office? How long have the two been known each other? What was that?
Did Dr. Bedford have any enemies?
I don't know. No, I don't
Probably
think
messed up
so.
somebody's boob job and they killed him.
Had there been anything unusual about Dr. Bedford's behavior lately?
Yes, Chris had been acting strange all week. He wasn't himself. Not the man I knew. The engagement... We were engaged, and... he called it off. Chris let me down. But my Chris would never have done such a thing. I don't understand.
What was the reason he gave for the separation?
Reason? He said it would be better for me. He didn't say anything else. No reason and no hint. Nothing at all. And I still don't understand all this. Wally was so furious. So furious. And now Wally is... oh God.
Please, calm down, Miss Vanderbilt. If your brother is innocent, I will find out and free him.
And voice acting on
Walter is innocent. There is no question about it. It's self-evident. We are talking about my son Walter, a Vanderbilt.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Baxter.
Yeah, I say.
Is it possible that another woman...
Mr. Baxter, that is
Shut up, lady. Nobody's
outrageous.
talking to
Pardon
you.
the question, please.
Jeez.
But I
Take
have
it
to consider
down,
every
dog.
possibility if we want to get ahead on this.
Yes, No, I understand. No offense taken. No, I don't think there was another woman. Then again, Chris was so different over the last days. Like a complete stranger. I'm not sure about anything anymore.
Enough about Dr. Bedford. Thank you very much for your time. I don't want to disturb you any longer.
Hi, sister. Yes.
Goodbye. She did that. Distracting me. Busy. Now you'll have a high electric bill. Crap. I think I missed something.
I'd better use the doorbell instead of
Oh wait, maybe I
knocking.
can go here now. To the crime scene, to the police scene, to the crime scene.
There are glass shards in the floor that must have come from the hole in the entrance door. It seems like the perpetrator gained access to the practice through here. Strange. The majority of glass shards are lying outside the door, not inside the room. I don't need those. Besides, I'd only cut myself.
What was I thinking?
Not exactly my kind of reading material.
Could be a clue in there. Jeez.
A bust of a naked woman. Well, this kind of modern art I could get used to.
Bet you could. Bet you could.
There was a small key under the bust. I'll take it with me.
Yes,
I don't need that. I prefer my pencil to a ball pen anytime.
Of course you would. Go look at that. Go. Yeah.
Miss McDonald is Dr. Bedford's receptionist. Unfortunately, it was her who discovered the doctor's body. I hope she recovers from the shock. Still, you never forget something like that.
What's the picture?
There's a young lady and a man in the picture. Probably Miss McDonald and her boyfriend or fiancé. She seems very natural and lighthearted.
Go ahead, drink.
If I lifted the full tank, everything here would be underwater in no time.
Well, can't you put it in the plant?
No, better not. I have a black thumb as far as plants are concerned.
Of course. Right. Just look through the file cabinet. What about
Locked.
the damn key?
Locked.
Here you
I
go.
don't need that. I don't need that.
Alright. What about the damn key you picked up?
This must be the cabinet where the patient
Huh?
files are kept. The drawers are locked. Open sesame! I could have sworn that would work. I'm not thirsty right now.
What about the damn key?
I already took the key that was underneath the bust. I don't have any further reason to touch the naked lady.
Then open the dang thing. Maybe the key don't go there. Okay, apparently that's where he was dead.
Wondrous adieu in pink. Wondrous indeed. The tiki is much too heavy to move it with my bare hands. The thing must have cost a fortune.
Well, search that.
I don't see any useful clues.
What about this? Wah!
I wonder how forensics could have missed that. I better take that with me.
Check a desk.
No, I just leave fingerprints on it.
Can't you just frickin'
I shouldn't smear the outlines.
find on the dark?
The door's locked and undamaged. I doubt I'd find anything in there that would help me.
Then use the key. Go back.
Locked.
Yes, I know this. Inventory.
This must be the cabinet where the patient files are kept. The drawers are locked. Open sesame! I could have sworn that would work. I don't feel like talking to myself. Well, not right now. Locked. Excuse me, young miss. I don't know if you've noticed, but you're naked.
I guess to the police.
Al, what brings you here?
Hello, Sam. I just wanted to check if you're doing your work right or bungling things up again.
Oh, come on. You're just here because you were overwhelmed with homesickness for the good old police duty.
Oh, yes. Nighttime observation and romantic streetlight atmosphere.
The respect and admiration you get as a policeman every day.
The gut-wrenching excitement about typing reports.
And, of course, the feudal payment. Sometimes I can even afford the odd piece of bubblegum.
Oh, how I miss all that.
Now, really, Al, what are you doing here? Can I help you somehow?
I've been hired to investigate a murder case. The name of the accused is Vanderbilt. Does that ring a bell, Sam?
Yeah, I know a thing or two about the case. Pearson is personally taking care of this one.
Captain Pearson is investigating himself?
Investigation may be too strong a word for it. Gloating would be much more appropriate. After the main suspect was apprehended, the case became a no-brainer for Pearson. Well, all circumstantial evidence points to Vanderbilt, and the man has no alibi. So Pearson could be right.
You're saying that as if you weren't so sure yourself.
Yeah. There are some inconsistencies. Something's a little off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a day because I cannot get him to use this key for the life of me. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow on next episode. See you guys!